Hi everyone, I hope you are all doing well. Today is going to be a bit of a different video from me, and it is actually about me having a nose job or rhinoplasty. So as I'm filming this now, I'm about 3 weeks ahead of my operation. So I'm really excited, as you can probably tell from my smile, but I did actually want to document this process because not to promote it or anything, but just because I know when I've been like researching into it and looking into it, I've loved seeing everyone's kind of processes, and I just wanted to film it. Maybe I could help other people, I don't know, or just if people are interested. Anyway, so I've got a few little notes and pointers of what I wanted to cover, but I'm also thinking if lots of people have questions, I could maybe do a Q&A or something at a later date post-op. So first up, why? Why do I want a rhinoplasty / nose job? Also, that's the first thing. A nose job, the technical medical word for it, the technical medical word is rhinoplasty. So why do I want a nose job? I have always wanted a nose job since I can remember, since like being a teen in school. Like I've always really disliked, maybe even go as far to say hated my nose. I don't mind it front on, but side, I hate how beaky it is and how it kind of like points out. I've always hated it, and I wouldn't ever say I've been like bullied on it or like been picked on, but in school and growing up, or even like I was at Cheltenham races, and this absolutely hammered drunk guy came up to me out of like the blue and said, we've both got huge noses, like we've got massive noses. And like I literally just went, and I was like, oh, I was just, anyway, sidetrack. But so I've never been bullied on it, but if there's ever anything that comes up, it's about my nose. There's been lots of instances where it's been really uncalled for, and if anything's picked up, it's always my nose. So I almost kind of expect it, and I know that, oh, they're gonna, like, if anything comes about, it'll be about my nose. So it's not unexpected, but it's still not nice to hear, and it still feels quite crap. Even back to when I was like pulling up at traffic lights years ago, there was this car of like young people next to me, and I was quite young at the time too. I was in my very first car, so I must have been like 17, 18, and I remember I was just like pulled up at the traffic lights, and that is what I hate. Like honestly, side profiles, like even thinking about it now makes me like squirm, and maybe it's because of this, but I think it's probably years back anyway. But they were like, I like glanced to look at them, and they were like, you have a big nose, like making fun of my nose. And I remember I drove off and like I just cried, and oh, I feel like I'm gonna get emotional. No, I'm not, okay. But it's just something that I've always disliked. And again, I'm gonna stop talking about this in a minute, because I've said, oh yeah, I haven't really had any issues with it, and then gone on this massive tangent. But like walking up in assembly, like if you had to go and get a certificate or like anything like that where everyone's staring at you, and I'm gonna be walking straight on, like profile, side on, I would either like turn my head or like play with my hair, or when I pull up to traffic lights, I even subconsciously like put my arm up like this to block drivers like seeing my nose. And it's things like that I've done for years, and I've always wanted it. And actually 10 years ago, I look back on my emails when I went to look into this again recently. 10 years ago, I went for a consultation with my dad, took him along with me for rhinoplasty, and it was at like that Transform medical group. And anyway, I felt like they just seemed a bit of like a jack of all trades. It wasn't like specialized enough, and I didn't feel super confident. So then I just left it and kind of forgot about it, got on, blah blah blah. Always wanted it, but the expense, like I would always think the amount you spend on your nose, I could travel the world for, and like I love doing that, and I'd much rather put my money into that, etc. So then anyway, it's come around now. We've got our beautiful house. We don't have anything else to pay out for at the moment, and I just feel like if I don't do this now, I don't think I ever will, because hopefully in the future we'll give Carl a nudge, but we'll have weddings if we're lucky enough to have children. And then I think once those things kind of happen, it would make it so difficult for me to ever even have the time off to recover. Financially is a whole nother ball game. And I've been working really hard and saving to do this. So then where is the next question? So where am I having a surgery? Who with? So I went to go and see 2 different surgeons. One was based in Harley Street, and he specialised in this technique called preservation rhinoplasty, which is basically less intrusive. It means less downtime, etc., etc. His costs, I think, were around 9k, so it was a lot more. So anyway, I went to go to his consultation, and I'd got in my head that I wanted this surgeon. I was like, I was so excited on the day of the consultation. I literally felt like it was Christmas Day, and I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to go see him. Like, I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna sign up like straight away. And this was earlier in the year, like maybe May, maybe even before that. I can't remember the exact date. Anyway, I went into the consultation. I had a dream the night before as well that I hated it. So then anyway, I went in like really positive still, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna love it. He was really late, firstly. I mean, London traffic is bad, but I think it was like a good half an hour to an hour late. And I'd taken half a day's annual leave of holiday for this appointment. So he was really late. So that kind of put it, and I was like, oh no, my dream's coming true. Because I think in my dream, he was also late. And then I was like, no. And I was like trying to talk myself out of it, basically. Then we got in. He was really nice and asked me kind of what I wanted to change, like what I didn't like, etc., etc. He was talking through everything, like gave me one of his brochures for me to take home and read about like all the information. He took my pictures there as well, like front on side, and then we went back to his computer and he was editing them like as we spoke. And then all of a sudden he kind of spun the screen round, and it was like my edited nose, and it really shocked me. And it didn't look bad, and I can't describe it apart from that I just didn't look like me, which that's like, obviously, Emily, like duh, you're changing a huge feature on your face, like you're not gonna look like you. But I think where it was so like instant, and like he was like talking on, gave me his brochure, like almost like I was doing this, not kind of giving me the options, etc. Showed me this picture, and I was just like, oh my God. And I was really like quiet after, and I left the appointment and I actually like cried. I was like crying to my friend. I was like, ah. I was like, I just don't look like me. It's just because it is sad. Like this is all I've known for 30 years nearly, and I'm going to be changing it, and I'm going to look very different. So it was just, I think, really shocking, because once he sent me like the pictures a couple of weeks later, it looked really nice. Like the nose looked nice that he edited, but it was just shocking to me. So that was another thing that I just found quite difficult. And when I compared it to the second surgeon I saw, which my brother had actually found because he was looking into him, because he is a ENT, which is ear, nose and throat consultant. So he does that all day, every day. He's like, that is his speciality. That's the word I was looking for. So anyway, I went to go see him. He was actually based in my local hospital as well, which is the one hospital in Ashford, Kent, which was like even better, because it was, I wouldn't be having to go to London like with big black eyes, like traveling home. It's literally like 5-10 minutes from where I live, so that's ideal. So yes, I went for the consultation with him. His was a lot more medical straight from the bat. So I went to the hospital for this consultation. He was really nice, asked me if I had any problems with my nose, which I actually do. I always, you can probably even hear now, like that's my breathing. Like I always have to sleep with my mouth open, and Carl always laughs because I'm like looking like hideous asleep. I do struggle with my breathing, and I just always get so snuffly. I've had like nasal sprays for it, etc. before, and he said, okay, right, we'll put a camera up your nose. So he did this camera up my nose, and then he actually discovered that I have a twisted septum. So basically the inside of my nose twists, which probably means or is the reasons for my breathing issues, sleeping with my mouth open, etc, etc. So then anyway, he said I had a twisted septum, so he could actually do a procedure called a septorhinoplasty, which untwists my nose and does like the bit of cosmetic work as well. So that was really great. And I left there, and then he booked me in at a later date to have my pictures taken professionally at another hospital, and then another appointment to review the pictures, and he can edit them. And in hindsight now, his way of doing it and his process gave me time to absorb what he was saying, take it all in, not feel like it was wham bam in your face, here's your new nose, this is what you're going to look like. And actually I just felt a lot more trusting in him, that he discovered I had this twisted septum and that actually he could give me the best breathing I've ever had, basically, he said, as well as the cosmetic side. And his prices, I think his was 7,100 for a septorhinoplasty. So his cost is a lot lower than the other person too. I've had my pre-op assessment, which I did film a little clip of, so I will put that in now. So I'm just sat outside the One Hospital. I have a 9 o'clock appointment, which is a pre-op assessment, and I quickly googled it this morning because I wasn't sure if I was meeting the surgeon or what it is, but basically I think it's like they asked me loads of questions about any medications I'm on, talk me through the process of the day. I think sometimes it says they do tests, like blood tests, to check I'm okay for the anaesthetic and everything. But yeah, I'm gonna go in. I'm basically just waiting now for my nose. So what he's gonna do is, obviously I've got to have, so you can either have closed rhinoplasty, which is kind of like that preservation rhinoplasty I mentioned, where it's less intrusive, less downtime. But I'm having an open rhinoplasty because I'm having the kind of untwisting as well. And that comes, I'll have like a little cut here. So I think he goes in from there, and I don't really know what. And everyone keeps asking me like, what are they going to do? And I'm like, I don't know. And I haven't asked, and I don't really want to know, because I think ignorance is bliss. Like, I don't want to know that he's going to break my nose and hammer and use a chisel. I don't know what on earth they're going to do, but I don't want to know. I just want to go to sleep and then wake up with my new breathing nostrils and a new nose. But when he did the review of the pictures with me, he basically just said that he is gonna make this point not as sharp, so it'll be kind of softer, and just take it in, because my nose does kind of come out quite far, so he's gonna kind of bring it in. So it's, I think basically he said it will still look really natural, and for anyone that doesn't know me, it would just look totally normal. But obviously for my friends, family, work colleagues, it is going to look different, as expected. But after like a while, 6 months to a year, when it properly like settles into your face, no one's going to think anything of it. I am really excited. I mean, as I said, I've wanted this for years, and I just think it would give me so much more confidence. I'm also really scared in case I hate it, in case it just doesn't suit me. I don't know. I think it's just, it's on your face. It's not like it's a boob job that I could hide, or like, I don't know. And my work is very people facing. So, I mean, everyone, like I've told all my teams basically, because I'm not going to be able to hide it, that I come in with a whole new nose. And I'd rather tell people instead of them all like staring at me like, oh, what's she done differently? Because I think it's going to be pretty obvious. But I don't know. We will see. A day case, I've got 2 weeks off work because I think, again, I don't know until I've had it, but lots of people have like black eyes, obviously super swollen, bruised. And yeah, I also asked my surgeon, so with a rhinoplasty, you need like packs that almost look like kind of tampons that go up your nose to absorb all the blood and whatever else. And I'd seen a few videos of people saying like it was painful to remove them and how uncomfortable they were because you had them in. And on my consultation with him, I said, oh, how long do you think I'll need to wear the packs for? And he said, oh, well, I haven't had to use them in like years. Like it's very rare that I have to use packs in my surgeries. So I was like, oh, okay. But I'm gonna leave it here. You would have seen my pre-op little video I did, very short. I got to do a COVID test on the day of, like not before, which is quite nice. So on the day of, and for anyone else coming in, so Carl's gonna come in with me, so he'll also have to do one. And then, yeah, I think I'm gonna actually film like as soon as I can. I wanna really document like day one, like each day process as well, because that was the other thing. I was looking at people's recovery to work out how long I think I need off work, and this is why I'm going to do this. So I just want to really like photograph and document everything to help anyone else that might be in the same boat. So I will see you on, I'm going to film on surgery day actually in the hospital. Oh, that's so scary. Okay, well, I'll see you then. Hi. So as I said, it's surgery day. I'm in my gown. I'm all ready to go. I've just got to wait now to be called down to theatre. I've had all my tests. I've seen the surgeon and everything. Done my consent form. So just hanging around in my room. I'm just going to show you my nose because I'm having a septorhinoplasty because my breathing's quite bad. So I'm going to show you my breathing basically. So that's my nostrils, which is quite bad, isn't it? Because when I get Carl to do it, they're like fine, but my breathing's just really bad. So I'm really looking forward to doing that afterwards, and we can see the difference, but wish me luck. This is my room. I have my own little TV. Carl's hiding in the back here. And this is the bathroom, which looks quite nice. Yeah. So I've just come round. I'm back in my room now. I feel a bit nauseous, but I don't really have any pain at the moment. I think it's probably because I've still got all the drugs in me, but I feel okay. Just a bit nauseous and sleepy. Hello, this is day one. So I had the surgery yesterday. As you can see, I'm a little bit bruised. I think it'll probably come out a bit more today, but I'm quite happy with my bruising. I don't think it's too bad, especially if you like take off my gauze. It isn't too bad at all. I slept quite well last night, although I did wake up a couple of times. The first was the really dry throat, because obviously I could only breathe through my mouth, so it was super dry. And then I also felt a bit sicky and then struggled to get back to sleep. Then the second time I woke up again was with a really dry throat. So I think it's just where I'm having to breathe out my mouth. It's just getting really dry. But apart from that, I actually slept quite well. I took 2 cocodamol, which I was prescribed when I left the hospital last night at around 8 p.m. And I hadn't taken anything since I got back, or since I woke up, sorry, this morning. It got to like 10 and I hadn't taken any tablets and I wasn't in any pain. And I think the cocodamol probably would have been gone out my system by then. So I wasn't in any pain at all. It's just uncomfortable, like being stuffy and my sore throat. I'd say they're the 2 main things. I started my nasal douching with the Neomed sinus relief stuff this morning, which wasn't the best. It did actually make me sick, but I don't think I was doing it properly, like going to town on it. But I've got to do that 4 times a day, so I think I'll probably at lunchtime try and do that a bit more vigorously to get more blood out. But I did film a little bit of the first time of me doing it, so I will insert it here just so you can see me struggle. It's probably a bit gross as well, so if you don't like blood, don't watch it. But when I couldn't sleep last night, I was researching and seeing horror stories about how it's really painful, so it made me scared, but it wasn't actually that bad. But I'm just gonna rest today and I'll keep you updated. Hello, this is day 2.
post-surgery. I just had my first shower, which was really nice, and I finally took my plaits out that I had in. I'm a lot more swollen today. Like this eye here is quite red and puffy, and my bruises, you can see here, they're like very swollen. So my bruising is really coming out now. Pain wise, again, I still feel like fine. I had some ibuprofen this morning at 6, but yeah, I feel okay. I just did my nasal rinse thing, and I was very congested, so it just kept going to the back of my throat, which is really gross. I just about to do my nasal spray, but as you can hear, I'm just really stuffy, really. Like it's just quite uncomfortable where I'm so congested, and then I can't, like, I get out of breath when I'm eating, drinking, because obviously I can only breathe through my mouth. I can still taste, which is really nice. Obviously I can't smell anything, but I can still taste, because lots of people said they couldn't taste anything, and I love food, so yeah. It's also quite hard to smile. You can just see my bottom lashes. Oh gosh. I slept really well last night. I slept back in my bed instead of the recliner sofa, and I slept really well. I didn't wake up once. When I did wake up, I did have a dry mouth, so I had to like sip some water, but it wasn't bad at all. So yeah, this is day 2. Just so you can see. Hello, this is day 3 post-surgery. I'm still feeling fine. Just a little update on like bruising. My bruising's gone quite yellow now, like greeny, but I'm still quite swollen and puffy, very puffy. You can see my stitches here. But yeah, quick update, feeling great. Just let my body do its thing. This is day 4 post-surgery, I think. Every time I go to do these, I get so congested. I think it's if I sit down. I washed my hair this morning and it feels so nice. And I also painted my nails last night, so I feel really fresh actually. My bruising's going down a lot. I haven't done my nasal spray, so I have to do this Otrivine nasal spray twice a day for 7 days, and this really unblocks my nose. But the reason I haven't done it is because as soon as I do this spray, I have to put one of my gauze on, because then my nose just like trickles with like the saline for when I do my saline spray that's obviously still kind of stuck up there and stuff. So I wanted to quickly do this before I put my gauze on, because you can see the nose a bit better. So my bruising's really going down. I feel like quite good about it today actually. And my my stitches, that's quite gross, isn't it? But it looks like it's coming out, but obviously I don't really want to be touching or pulling it too much. But yeah, I'm feeling good again. Pain is minimal. I feel quite, this cast is very tight. Like, I feel like that probably doesn't help my breathing, because it feels really like heavy and tight on my nose. So I'm really looking forward to getting that off. I got my appointment to get it off yesterday, and it's on Tuesday, and I'm so excited. I think we're gonna try and get out today, because I feel a bit cabin fever being in all the time. So yeah, sorry, I always have to take breaths because I get really out of breath, because I can only breathe through my mouth, as I've said a million times. But yeah, this stuff is amazing, and I'm gonna go do it now, and then I'll be able to breathe a lot better. Catch up with you tomorrow.
This is day 5 post-surgery. So today is Sunday. I had the surgery on Tuesday. So my bruising's really like going down now. It's gone very yellow, as you can see. It's like turmeric or something stained my face. So that's really going down. My swelling's gone down a lot today. I feel like I'm not as swollen, especially around my eyes and things. So yes, it's going down very well. Last night, oh my God. So a couple of times in the night I've woken up and felt like my cast is itchy, like underneath, and obviously you want to scratch it and you can't. And it's so frustrating because you can't scratch it.
And then last night I was sitting on the sofa and it felt really itchy again. And I was like scratching around here, around the edges, and then all of a sudden it went like really red and rashy. So then I was like, oh God, like I've obviously irritated it. So I actually took 2 antihistamines, which I know you're not meant to, but it was so, I was getting really wound up because all I wanted to do was like scratch my nose and I couldn't. It was the most frustrating thing. So I took 2 antihistamines and then I just went to sleep because it probably knocked me out. And yeah, I did my rinse this morning, did my nasal spray, so you can hear I can actually breathe through my nostrils, which is great. It makes it a lot more pleasurable, like day to day, because I'm not all bunged up and stuffy. And I'll show you underneath. I think my stitches are healing really well actually, which is good. And then the other update I wanted to give you was my smell and taste has gone wild. Like it's on crack. It's just crazy. I can smell and taste stuff, maybe not smell as strongly, but my taste is like 10 times what it was. Like I was saying to my boyfriend that he cooked chicken the other day and all I could smell was the chicken and it really put me off and I couldn't eat it. Then yesterday we had eggs on toast and I could so strongly taste and smell the eggs and it put me off and I didn't really want those. I feel like, what is that little porridge thing where she's really fussy? I'm like her at the moment. Yeah, it's just wild. I feel like I'm tasting stuff for the first time again. And we did like a garlic bread and gnocchi or gnocchi, however you say it, dinner last night. And oh my God, the garlic was just so intense. And like I would always have that garlic bread and not even bat an eyelid. I just think my senses and like my taste are just crazy, which is probably because I can actually breathe now. Maybe, I don't know. It's just, it makes sense, I guess, because my surgeon has unblocked my nose. So I guess maybe I can just smell and taste stuff stronger, but it's just crazy to me. Anyway, I'm waffling. So I will catch up with you all tomorrow, which will be Monday. And then Tuesday I get my cast off, which I'm even more excited for now because it started getting itchy and pissing me off. So I can't wait to get it off, and just to kind of see what it looks like. This is day 6. I haven't got many updates really, apart from my bruising. I'm gonna try and go in the sun, but I'll keep my eyes closed. I don't know if you can actually even see anything, or if it's better in this light. I'll let it adjust. But yeah, my bruising's really going down now. I've weirdly come out with a bit of a bruise here, but I'm feeling really good. Yesterday I didn't wear a gauze for the whole day, which felt so nice. Can breathe out my left nostril, my right nostril. My left nostril always gets a little bit more congested. But I really want to blow my nose, but you obviously can't, so you just have to leave it. Got my cast removal tomorrow and I'm super excited about that. I took 1 ibuprofen last night, but I've not taken anything this morning and I'm not going to, so I'm pretty much off all like pain relieving medications now. Oh, it makes my arm go numb. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. Just trying to keep myself busy really, but this is, yeah, look at that weird bruise. Do you know what I think it is? I think it's where, you know, I've gone on so much about having a tube down my throat. I reckon it's like that, maybe the plastic like pinched my skin or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'll catch up with you tomorrow on cast removal day. Woo! This is day 7, so a week post-surgery. I get my cast removed today. Woohoo! My nose is probably the most unblocked it's been. I just washed my hair, gave myself a little blow dry, ready for my cast removal, so I feel all fancy. I was thinking about putting makeup on, but I don't think I'm gonna, because I feel like if I put concealer on here, then my nose might look really red or very different, so I might wait till I'm home and then do makeup, which I'm really excited for. This is day 7. Bruising's pretty much all gone, but I have got these, I mentioned this yesterday, these two weird ones here. It's so random, but I think it's where they intubated me and put the plastic tube down my throat or something, maybe. Very strange. And also how they didn't come out at the start. But breathing's great, no pain. Oh my gosh. I slept the worst I've slept the whole time last night because of this itchy cast. I can't wait to get it off because I can't tell you how frustrating it is. And it's always worse at night. I wake up in the night and it's so itchy. I'm going to show this, but it's a solid cast. Like, this is rock hard and it's so itchy and it's just so frustrating. And I think that has probably been the worst thing throughout this whole process, honestly. Like, everything else has been a breeze. The nasal rinsing at the start I didn't really vibe with, but now I actually quite enjoy doing it and might even continue it like for longer because it just feels so refreshing up the nose. So yes, cast off today and I will show you when I'm there. I'm back, my cast is off. I'm very swollen still, and it's so weird because my bridge is wider now. But it was so nice to be free. I just got home and cleansed my skin because I still had like residue of the stuff on there, there's tape. So I've just cleansed my skin. Look how cute I look from here. I'm just going to do some makeup to make myself feel a bit fancy. Also, I asked the surgeon about these bruises. He said it's where the blood travels down or something. That's my nose. Woo. Look at her go. Good morning. This is 1 week, 1 day post-surgery. So I woke up today for the first time with my cast off. Still very swollen, like front on here, and the bruising's still on my nose. I've also got this little spot here and I look like Rudolph, which is very apt with the timing because it's November and nearly Christmas. But I put a bit of makeup on yesterday and the bruises and everything cover really well. So I'm going to put a little bit on again today, but feeling great. And I'm just going to do shorter updates now for this week because it's mainly just like the swelling going down. There probably won't be much different to tell you. When I had my cast off yesterday, the surgeon like had a torch and a light and looked up my nose. He said my left side, I might have said both, but he said anyway, he said it's a bit gunky up one of them. He said it's like my cleaning's doing well, but one's a bit gunky. So he gave me a bacterial cream thing that I have to put up twice a day for 5 days. So I just kind of like do that on a cotton bud and just put that around. And I've done it like around my stitches. To be honest, when I've been like researching rhinoplasties, everyone normally has this cream and does it from the day of surgery. They'll do like their nasal rinse, nasal spray, and then put this cream up, but I didn't get any. So I just thought, oh, maybe I don't need it. But I suppose maybe where mine's got a bit gunky and now I'm using this cream, I suppose if like other people that I've watched, if they do it from the day of surgery, I suppose it just doesn't get gunky at all, I guess. I also remembered one other thing. So yesterday I put a picture on my personal Instagram account of my new nose because I was so excited to share it. I was going to wait for my swelling and everything to go down, but I was just so excited. And oh my gosh, I was literally crying all day yesterday because the comments I got were so sweet and it's making me want to cry again now. I'm not going to cry, but it was like old school friends I haven't seen in years, or like old colleagues that I haven't seen in years. Just saying how they know it would have meant so much to me to have done this. So it was just really sweet and it just keeps making me cry. I'm just really happy I've actually done it and we're here. Woo! Just a quick update with my makeup, just so you can see how well the bruises cover. So if I needed to go back to work, I'm still very swollen and like that's me smiling. But makeup can cover the bruises and everything quite well. So if you need to go back to work, you could. Hello, this is day 9 post-surgery. I am wearing the same jumper as yesterday. Don't judge me, it's happening. The only update which you can probably hear is I'm so bunged up today, so bunged up and congested, because my nasal spray, the one I raved about, Otravine, you can't use it consecutively. And I was only told to use it for a week, and I actually used it yesterday and forgot, and then I was like, oh. And when I was researching it, it said you shouldn't overuse it because, one, you can become addicted to it and rely on it. Two, it could sometimes then, like when you don't have it, give you the opposite effects or something. So anyway, I've emailed the surgeon to see if I could still keep using it, because today I felt really crap actually. Not in pain, but just like along here, it feels so like it's throbbing almost, like, and it's probably just super swollen. Like I didn't know it was going to swell when I got my cast removed. But yeah, I just feel like it's super swollen, and I've just actually taken 2 ibuprofen as well because I felt like I just felt a bit heady. So I'm going to go try do my nasal rinse, but I feel like that's going to be a shit show because my nose is so blocked, it's not going to get anywhere, and it's going to hit the back of my throat and make me feel sick. But I'm going to try and not do the nasal spray still today, and just save it for, like, I know tomorrow I'm going out for lunch, so I'm going to do it tomorrow, and try like do it every other day or something, until my surgeon gets back to me, because I'm hoping he'll say I could keep using it for like a bit longer. But that's my breathing. And earlier my nose was whistling, this left nostril was like anyway, that's my update for day 9. Hello, good morning. This is, I think it's day 10 post-surgery. I look like a Highland cow. I just combed my hair, I'm gonna brush it out, so I'm just about to do my makeup, but I wanted to show you my face. After yesterday's video, I had some nasal spray because I was so stuffy, which was naughty. But today I'm gonna really try not, and I just keep trying to breathe through my nostrils to make them work because I can't rely on that spray. It's really pretty much gone now. I am still bruised here and like swollen here, and like still a bit wacky. And actually last night I really swelled. My nose was so swollen and looked so wonky. Then I was panicking, like, oh my God, I've got a wonky nose. And it still even looks it now. Can you see here? It like goes out slightly, but I think it is just swelling, because I'll insert a picture because last night it was quite extreme. So the top photo is immediately after my cast was removed, and the bottom photo was last night that I was speaking about, and you can really see the difference in the shape. And then I was like, just chill, like, I know it's going to swell after the cast is removed, like, don't panic. But it's hard not to panic because I was like, oh my God, I've now got a wonky nose. So that's the only update I have in terms, like, I'm very swollen still, and like, I mean, you can hear from my nose, like that's all internal, so of course I'm still swollen. Like, it's going to take weeks and months to go down. So trying to not overthink things, and not take my nasal spray. They're my 2 points. Also, again, I think it might be because I'm still swollen, but I find smiling with my teeth so weird. That's the biggest smile I could do. And I just think I look so weird. Catch up tomorrow. So this is day 11. I've barely got any updates for you. I didn't use my nasal spray all day yesterday, and this is my breathing this morning. So it's getting better and better each day. So again, I'm not going to use it probably from now, to be honest, because I'm not really meant to. My stitches are have nearly all come out themselves now. And yeah, just still waiting for some swelling to go down to see about this like bumpy bit here. Do you know, I think it's a bruise. Look, you can see that it's still bruised there, and I think it's giving the illusion that it's wonky, but I think it is that because the bruise is like in a straight line, it looks like contour and it like comes out. So anyway, sidetrack. That's all really. I'm feeling great, and yeah, I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Hi, this is day 12. Again, not many updates now versus before. So I didn't do my nasal spray all of yesterday, so this is my 3rd day with no nasal spray. My swelling is still going down slightly, and the stitches again are like nearly out. And I think I've got to be honest, actually yesterday I went shopping and I was getting a bit conscious that my nose was wonky, and I kept seeing it in all different lights, like in bloody TK Maxx, and I actually got a bit sad and left and came home, because I just feel like it's slightly wonky, but I think it, like, you can still see it is super, like, it is still bruised along here, like it is still swollen. I just need to give it time, but that I have actually really struggled with the like wonkiness, and I think it's probably because I've been like obsessing and like only looking at my nose for the last 2 weeks. Like everything in my life has been nose related, nose revolving, talking about nose, and I've got like weirdly obsessed with noses. Like even when I was watching Friends earlier, I was looking at everyone's noses, like studying them. I feel like I've got obsessed with noses now, and I might be being too critical, and like I'm not even 2 weeks post surgery, so I probably do need to chill the F out. But I just feel conscious now and almost a bit silly that like I'm going back to work next week, and I feel like I'm going to be embarrassed if I go back with a wonky nose. I'll just look stupid, like I've had my nose done and it's wonky. So I'm hoping, I've still got a few more days before I'm back seeing people. I'm hoping it'll just continue, like it is swelling and it will go down, but I don't know. I just feel like there's a bump here that is like on this side that isn't really on the other side. But it's like it dips here. Can you see there's like a ridge and then it dips in? You can see on my blackheads, that's gross, and on my spots. But you can't like judge anything for like 3 months or whatever anyway. But I'll just be so annoyed if I've gone through all this and then I've got a bloody wonky nose. So we'll see. I feel like it's kind of deflated me a bit actually, which is a bit sad because I was so excited when I first got the cast off and stuff. So we'll see. Hopefully it is just swelling and it will go down. Just a really quick update, because my last clip would be me in the car feeling all sad about my nose, and I literally just got home and one of my friends had messaged me on Instagram, and she said that she was like, oh my god, I saw your post, your nose looks amazing, I had mine done in February and it's the best thing I ever did. And I was like, oh my god, I was like, I'm feeling quite sad because I feel like it's really wonky and blah blah blah. And she was like, no, she was like, I had exactly the same. Like she swelled one side and not the other, and she was like, I'm gonna be wonky. And she said she had it at the start of the year, the surgery, and only like the last month has she seen it settled, which everyone does say that. So I don't know why I think I'm something special and that it's not going to happen to me, but it's really reassured me and like put my mind at rest slightly to just chill and stop obsessing. But I don't know, I'll probably come on here tomorrow and still be obsessing, so we'll see then. Hello, this is 13 days post-surgery. Ignore the blanket because it's freezing in the house at the moment. And I have actually emailed my surgeon this morning. So in the last few clips, you'll hear me banging on about how my nose is wonky and then trying to persuade myself that it's fine and this is all normal. So I sent him pictures this morning just to say, like, can you please confirm for me that this is normal, and that like it should be doing this and it's just swelling. And he actually called me back to say that he called me back really quickly and basically said that he thinks the bones have kind of shifted and fallen out of place, and that he wants to get me an ASAP while they're still soft to kind of reset them. So I'm actually going back in to see him tomorrow in the hospital. Potentially, well, I think most likely he's going to have to do a manipulation on my nose. So I'm going to have to go under general anesthetic again. And he's going to have to basically, I think, force the nose in shape, because he said he doesn't think he's going to have to cut it or like go in again. It's going to be like external. So I think he's basically going to push it in shape and then I'll have a cast again. So when I got off the phone, firstly, I felt relieved. I felt really relieved that I wasn't like, I knew this wasn't normal, and like I knew something was wrong. I feel relieved that he's been very supportive, active very quickly, like wants to get me in really speedily to get it sorted. And yeah, I'm nervous about the general anesthetic because because I didn't like that last time and it made me feel really sicky. I'm nervous because I think it's going to be bloody painful. I think it's going to be more painful than the actual surgery, which maybe it won't be because it's surely not, but I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, I'm scared it's going to be more painful. Hopefully it won't, and it'll be as much of a breeze as last time. Nervous about the bloody itchy cast again. Oh, so annoying. I do not miss that cast one bit. So that's my update for today. And I'll keep you posted on my journey. So tomorrow, I was hoping I was going to post this tomorrow with my new shiny spanking nose after 2 weeks, but here we are. One of my colleagues made quite a good point, because I was like, I don't really know why this would have happened. And he made a very good point, and I shared the picture earlier on in this video, the black and white one, that evening. It kind of blew up and like swelled quite quickly, and he said maybe the swelling has actually pushed the cartilage or the bones or whatever out of place, and then as the swelling has gone back down now, like it's starting to, it's then like really crooked. So yeah, that's what makes a very good point, that maybe that is what's going on. So we will see. I don't really know if I'm gonna have to use the nasal spray again after, or if I'm gonna get black eyes again. I don't know how aggressive it's gonna be. So I'll keep you all posted and on the journey, and hopefully second time lucky will be okay. I'll just kind of show you, because I have been trying to like disguise it slightly, because I was a bit embarrassed by it, but can you see how crooked it is? It just like, it's like a, looks like a tick almost. And I'll look, let me see. So this is this way. Let's untuck these bits. That way, hopefully that's kind of half on. Wish me luck. Hello everyone, I am back in the hospital, and I'm going to be going down to surgery soon. So the surgeon basically said that this side of my nose is playing up basically, and that he's going to re-break it, put a cast on again, and then hopefully that would just, because he said this side's healed really nicely and kind of dips in, this side is the naughty one. So yes, I'm here. I'm feeling okay actually. Like I was a bit sad when I first got here, and it's obviously a bit of an like inconvenience. I'd rather not be here, to be honest, but we're here and we move, and at least he's been super helpful and speedy in getting this sorted. So I'll keep you posted. I'm hoping it's not going to be as like severe as last time in terms of like, will I need a gauze? Am I going to be dripping blood when I come round? I don't know. Hello, this is the day after my little revision or manipulation surgery. So I was actually only under, I think, for an hour, because they went down at like 5, and then before I knew it, I was back up in my room by 6. It went very well. The surgeon said that he managed to kind of push it back in place, and I think he might have, because this little dot here is where they break the nose, which I learned when I spoke to him yesterday, and I have got one there, and he did say he might need to just like give it a little nudge to kind of re-break and then reset. So I think he did do that. I'm not looking too bruised or anything, but I'm just taking it easy the next couple of like days, just in case anything does come out. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I think because I haven't got like stitches, all the internal stitches are starting to heal, because it's been like over 2 weeks since my initial surgery. And he trimmed my little dangly bits here, and I can like feel my nose and everything. Versus last time, you can see I'm not as swollen, like I can still move quite a lot. So yes, just taking it easy for the next few days, and I'll keep you posted. I'll probably update you like in a while, basically. I won't do the same as like frequent as last time, because I don't think there'll be that many updates. I can also breathe through my nostrils this time, which is much nicer. So yeah, let's hope this works. Fingers crossed. Hello. I have had my cast on for a week and 1 day. It's not been as itchy this time, which I'm really, really happy about, and I'm getting it removed tomorrow. So I just thought I'd quickly show you with makeup on what it looks like, because I did actually go into London, into the office yesterday with it on. Just wanted to get back out and about, and I did feel a bit silly, but I mean, it's kind of subtle. But not. Also, all my swelling has pretty much gone down everywhere else. Like, I can really move my mouth and everything now, and I feel a lot more like myself. So I'm really excited to get my cast off again tomorrow, and hope that it's nice and straight and it stays straight.
Hi everyone. So I had my cast taken off 2 days ago now. As you can see, my nose is a lot straighter than what it was before. I had my little tweak, but it's not exactly perfect. It does still kind of come over to this side a little more. But I just wanted to give you a bit of an update on, because I was thinking, like, should I post this, because it's already nearly an hour long, this video, and I just wanted to speak about maybe the complications or kind of side effects that maybe I didn't really know about before having rhinoplasty or septorhinoplasty. So lots of people, and I was guilty of it, as soon as I had my first cast taken off, I took a picture and posted it on my Instagram. I was so excited to share. And then a few days after that, I obviously started having a bit of trouble with it kind of moving. And since I went back in for the tweak or adjustment, I have been researching a lot, and it's quite a common thing that I just didn't really know about before. And the bones can drift. Where the bones have been broken and they're kind of still loose, it takes up to 6 weeks for them to fuse back in shape. So basically, nasal drifting or nasal bone drifting is a thing, and there are things you can do to prevent it, like taping your nose at night, which lots of people do, like nasal exercises like compressions. So I actually started doing the compressions yesterday, or maybe the night before, and it's basically just like using your pads of your thumbs, like here either side, or your fingers, and like holding it and pressing quite firmly so like the skin goes white, removing, and then just keep working down the nose. And if you can do that 2 or even 4 times a day, people said it's been really beneficial, and it helps while the bone's like healing. It helps to train it to stay straight and symmetrical, and helps to reduce the swelling as well. Because basically your bone has muscle, not your bone doesn't have muscle memory, but it tries to go back to its original shape. So it would try and kind of go back to how it was before. So you need to retrain it and do these exercises to get it to stay straight. And the taping at night, I did it for the first time last night, and I only actually taped from like here to here. And then when I woke up this morning, this bit was really puffy where it's swollen. So I think tonight I'm going to tape all the way down, but the taping just helps to minimize the swelling, again keep it straight and aligned, and I've just got to give it time to do its thing. It's not perfect. I'm much happier with it from the side. So profile, I love. So now it's just trying to get it straight. And I'm hoping that by doing these exercises and the taping, within like 6 months or so, it will be a lot straighter. And if not, I'll have to cross that bridge when it comes to it and speak to my surgeon. But while watching all these YouTube videos and whatever else, so many people have this same issue or asymmetrical swelling or healing, and so many people say that it improves with time, and like each morning you'll wake up with a different like part of your nose swollen, or like a change that wasn't there before, and each week is different, each month is different. So I'm just trying to persevere, not obsess over it. Like, it is what it is. I've been back into work now, and everyone's so like saying it looks amazing, and like you must be so happy, and I am really happy, and I'm pleased I did it, but I'm just trying to like be patient and let it heal whilst trying to train it to heal straight, and just get back to a straight nose. That's my ideal goal. But I think this light might not be, I've got a mirror behind me, which is why I keep looking in it. But it kind of depends. Lots of people I've actually seen, like I went for dinner with my friends last night, and a few of them for a while, like until someone said, oh, how's your nose? Like they were like, oh my God, I'd forgotten, because I think that the nose does suit my face, and it is still quite natural, and it kind of suits, it doesn't look too drastically different. So I'm so over the moon about that. And it's not like super slopey or piggy, which I was scared about as well. So it is literally just trying to straighten this tiny bit here basically, because the end is quite straight and aligned with my eyebrows. It is literally just kind of this area here, which is where the bones can tend to kind of drift apart. So I need to kind of train them to stay together. So I'm just going to try and tape as much as I can, do these exercises. And I think I would just catch up with you maybe in a couple of months. So then it'll be kind of 3 months post-surgery, but I'm going to still take pictures and document maybe monthly, because I also found a really great article on Reddit of this lady who had really similar nose like this, and how it was kind of turning, but maybe a bit more intensely, like almost how mine was before I got it adjusted. And then she did these exercises, and after about 5 months, it was like straight and so different. So I'm really hoping and trying to stay positive that it's gonna do that and behave and hopefully it will be nice and straight at the end. So I'm gonna leave this here. Please leave any comments if you have any below, and I'll try and help and answer them best I can. And my next video, I'll probably do maybe like a 3 month after septorhinoplasty update, and then maybe a 6 month, and then maybe I'll try and do a year as well. I also watched another YouTube video of a lady yesterday, and she said that not many people talk about the post-surgery blues, and that I, probably similar to her, kind of expected that I would wake up with this beautiful nose immediately and that's it, done. Although I had done research and everyone says like it takes a year to settle, like you can't judge a nose before 6 months to a year, like maybe even a year. I just found it, I found it a bit hard adjusting to it not being perfect, because I feel like you do this and kind of go through it all and just assume that it's going to be perfect, but everyone's bodies react differently, your healing processes are different, there's so many different factors that come into it, and I've just got to be patient and just roll with it basically. So I will see you at my 3 month update, and yeah, hopefully I'll be a little bit straighter. We'll see. See you then.